Dear students, in this video, I will discuss about the 4 methods of making a delivery. Like in my last one, I told you the names, and in this, we will go through them in detail. What are the advantages of a particular method? How well you can use the method? What are the drawbacks of that method? So that if that is not suitable to you, then you might avoid it. So coming to the first method, that is manuscript. Advantages of the manuscript method. What is the manuscript method? Actually, it is when you are given some material and you are just asked to read it. You yourself are not preparing that material. You are only playing the role of a reader. As you can see in news, when the newsreader is reading the news, they just read it from the handout or from the material or from the system on which it is appearing. What are the advantages of manuscript? Permanent and accurate record of whatever one has to say. So it is a permanent record. It won't change, right? Because the facts, the numbers mentioned are accurate. And there is nothing that you have added on your own. There are no chances of any changes or tampering with the facts and figures. If you want your information that you have written to be delivered exactly, correctly, 100% complete, then manuscript is a very helpful method. You can pick this. The material in this is organized systematically. So in this, it does not happen like you are starting from some other point and then you are coming back to the previous point and then you are going to the last and then coming back. It's not like you go to and fro, like first point, then last point, then maybe middle point, because you don't have to remember anything. You just have to read the stuff. So the material is very much organized, systematic, and structured, and the language gets polished. Also, because you only have to read it, your language has good words, good vocabulary, correctness in terms of grammar, punctuation, and spellings also. So there are less chances that you make a bad delivery or a bad recitation, or there is something that the audience is not able to understand clearly, because everything is already mentioned and you just read it out. The second method what you can use is impromptu. Now what is impromptu? The impromptu method is when you are given a topic and you have to speak on it randomly. So in impromptu, you are not prepared beforehand. You don't know what you have to speak. You just randomly think about maybe in a minute and then you start speaking. So in impromptu, you might take a number of pauses because you are not in the state of mind, no, not already well versed with the topic. Then you might also feel like you explain the topic first, then come to the example, or give example first, then you discuss details, then you might last remember that you can add more points and then you add something new. So it is not in a structured way, like everything is not very much arranged. The impromptu mode, you have to deliver an information or speech without preparation. For example, at a formal dinner party, like it may be like you're going to a function and then people call you, okay, speak something about so and so person. Then you are not mentally prepared, then you might fumble in between, right? One may be invited to deliver a vote of thanks, or maybe in the end of the party you are being asked that please come on the stage and share something. Then you are not actually prepared, so you might beat around the bush and you're not clear with things. Then don't panic and babble something in unmethodological way. So you should not panic, you should not get nervous. You should not be in the state like, no, no, I cannot do this. Because the people don't know what you have to say. And this you can use in your favor. So you can mention whatever comes to your mind and people will think that okay, this is all what you have to say. All you need is just confidence that you have to wear. Next method is extemporaneous, or we can say the most commonly used method is extemporaneous. It is far most popular effective method. For this, one must prepare the notes beforehand and rehearse the presentation. So what do you do here? You actually prepare the notes and then you do the presentation. So there is nothing that you are talking new, but you are actually well known, well versed, comfortable with the topic. This is how you perform in your exams or in your viva. First, you have seen everything and then you go and answer the subject, right? Then, manuscript, as I've already discussed, that you don't have to memorize everything, right? It is there in front of you to read, and you should be wise enough to read a speech. Unit 1 has become a proficient reader. So, in manuscript, what I discussed initially, the only thing that you need is that you should be good in your reading. Apart from that, you don't need any other, you can say, more skills to make a better presentation. Now, the last method and a quick summary we'll do in our next video. Thank you.